Hi, my name is Heather the Heat Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
This is Amanda the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Courtney. And I'm Janita. And you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So MATCHROOM CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn is claiming that he's offering Jermall Charlo, undefeated WBC middleweight superstar boxer, $7 million and a one-fight deal to fight on DAZN against undefeated WBO middleweight superstar boxer DEMETRIUS Boo Boo Andrade. Eddie Hearn offered and just got and signed four-division Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia to a one-fight, $7 million deal where he's going to fight Jesse Vargas for $7 million. The question is, will Jermall Charlo accept this offer? Now, one thing I have to say about this that jumps right out at me is that if you're going to give Mikey Garcia $7 million to fight the likes of Jesse Vargas, and this is no disrespect to Jesse Vargas has been in there with some of the best opposition in the world, but Jesse Vargas hasn't won those fights. Jesse Vargas is just not on that type of level, right? So if you're going to offer Mikey Garcia $7 million for Jesse Vargas fight, then you should be offering Jermall Charlo at least $10 million for a Demetrius Andrade fight. Demetrius Andrade is a much tougher fighter. It's a much bigger fight than Mikey Garcia is, than Jesse Vargas is for Mikey Garcia. Demetrius Andrade is a much bigger threat to Jermall Charlo than Jesse Vargas is to Mikey Garcia. And this is no disrespect to Jesse Vargas. And we don't know how Mikey Garcia is going to perform at welterweight division because this fight is going to be at 47. But in his big fights, we just not have seen Jesse Vargas be victorious. Now, he's been in there with a lot of top-notch opposition, but he hasn't been victorious. And on the other foot, Demetrius Andrade is undefeated. He has a highly decorated amateur background. He's been a champion in 2 different world weight classes. He's a very, very difficult out. So this is a much, much bigger fight. And there's a storyline. There's a history with Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo. So there's much more on the line for Jermall Charlo. It's a much tougher fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Mikey Garcia is going to open up as a betting odd big favorite to beat Jesse Vargas. Now, I don't know whether he will beat Jesse Vargas because I believe that that's going to be a tough fight, especially at 147 for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is looking to prove something. He's looking to prove that he could be successful at 147. That's the reason why he's picking Jesse Vargas. Now, with that said, is Demetrius Andrade is a 50-50 fight for Jermall Charlo, right? They were supposed to fight back when they were at junior middleweight. Now they have full-fledged middleweight. There's belts on the line. There's no title on the line for Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas. So I believe that Jermall Charlo deserves at least $10 million, for a Demetrius Andrade fight. $7 million for one fight, that sounds good, that sounds great. That's what you gave Mikey Garcia, but there's more at stake for Jermall Charlo than it is for Mikey Garcia. So it looks good on the surface, but in the cusp of things, it deserves to be a lot bigger reward. So it should at least, in my opinion, be $10 million for one fight deal to come to the zone. Now the $7 million one fight deal that you're giving Mikey Garcia, because like I said, Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas, there's nothing on the table. There's nothing at stake except reputation. That's the only thing. There's no titles at stake. This is a unification bout. So if you're going to have a unification bout on the zone in the middleweight division between 2 undefeated guys, Jermall Charlo needs to earn at least $10 million. For him to get $7 million, the same as Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas not have a title on the line, it just doesn't work that way. So they're going to have to up the ante, in my opinion, to get Jermall Charlo over there. $7 million is just not going to cut it. I know Eddie Hearn, MATCHROOM CEO and promoter up on DAZN, is claiming that offering Jermall Charlo the same offer he made Mikey Garcia, which would be $7 million. So that's just not enough for a unification bout between 2 undefeated middleweight world champion superstar boxers who have a history, and there's a storyline that will be much more viewed than Mikey Garcia versus Jesse Vargas. So, I know a lot of people are going to say Jermall needs to just jump at the bit and take the money, but on the outside it looks good. But when you really go deep into it and you really do your research, this fight, Jermall Charlo needs to earn at least $10 million for if he's going to sign a one-fight deal on DAZN to fight DEMETRIUS Boo Boo Andrade. And not to mention, Jermall Charlo can make about $5 million, close to $5 million in a unification bout against British superstar middleweight boxer Chris Eubanks Jr., right, who now holds a title in his own right. So Chris Eubanks Jr. is the WBA champion. Now Chris Eubanks Jr. has a belt. So that's a unification bout, and it's not gonna, Jermall Charlo doesn't have to cross the other side of the street, right? That's in his own backyard, and he can earn a significant amount of money. So if you're gonna try to lure him over to your app to stage one of the biggest fights in 2020 in a unification bout between two undefeated middleweight world champions, then you're gonna have to up the ante, in my opinion. $7 million is just not gonna cut it. He could go ahead and fight Chris Eubanks Jr. and then have to lure DEMETRIUS Andrade to come out of his deal and come over to Jermall Charlo and fight on Jermall's platform. You know what I mean? So, I think that Eddie Hearn and DAZN is gonna have to up the ante to lure Jermall Charlo from the PBC and to get a fight of that magnitude on DAZN, point blank and period. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.